Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Am I glitching? Am I right? I'm glitching a little bit. Let's check the lighting, shall we? Oh, nope, that didn't do it. So I take no blame for this, and I'll tell you why. Because truth be told, this is a sorry about that. This is a StreamYard issue. This is not a Tom Clark's Main Event issue. So a couple like a month ago, give or take 6 weeks, whatever it's been, suddenly I couldn't record anything. I had like the strobe light, like I'm in a disco somewhere or some such nonsense, right? So I don't know what's going on. So I reached out to them. They're is it better? I'm very bright. Yes. That works. So I reached out to them to find out what's up. And supposedly there was some kind of glitch. They were supposed to have fixed it long before now, but apparently glitch not repaired. Happy Friday to you, kids. There's my very long explanation as to what the issue was with the glitching, with the strobe light effect, with the disco. But we're good now. Good to see everybody here. We're going to say our hellos here very shortly. Let's get the ticker ticking, shall we? Let's get the branding. There we go. This is episode number 291. That means in 9 short episodes, we'll be celebrating episode 300, baby. Can you believe it? Tom Clark's Main Event, episode number 300. We've been going since 2014. I know what you're thinking. That's all you've done is 300? In 8 years? I get it. Well, technically 7, right? Because I count the year we started as season 1. So there we go. Yeah, well, you know what? Life happens, man. And as much as I love doing my shows, sometimes I do have time. Sometimes I don't have time. I got to do what I got to do. I feel like I'm just not bright enough. Is that better? Ooh, I got a face made for radio, Jack. Believe that. Let's say some hellos here before we really get cranking here today. But here's something I want each and every one of you to do. Please and thank you means loads to me. You know what I'm getting ready to ask, don't you? Smash the like button. Smash that like button. And share this feed in all your communities. Share it on your Facebook page, your Twitter, your Facebook, you're here. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you are present online, please share this. Share it to your enemies because they'll love to have some pep in their step and have a better day because they spend their day hating all day, right? And share it to your friends who love pro wrestling. This is important. It keeps me going. Thank you so much. You are the wind beneath my wings, all of you. Let's kick it off with Nick Chrisley. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Ray All Day is here. Chad, you ever call me Tommy again? I'm putting you through a table. I'm playing. I'm really not. I haven't been Tommy since age 16. Chad, too bad. I'll give you your nickname. It's all right. David Down Under, how are you, my friend? Family's doing good. Hope yours is as well. I'll get it out. Will, how are you? I've been on camera. This is the second time today I've been on camera. So there you go. I was on camera today for the shoot job. So I did that. I did an interview today. It was pretty cool. Everyone, please welcome Miss Lillis here. Jean Lillis joining the show back after quite some time. Good to see you. Glad to have you back here. You do need a nickname. What's your middle initial? Say it's B, please, because then you could be JBL. What's your middle initial? Get back to me. Great to have you here. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Robbie, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Nick, how are you, sir? Hey, thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. Alma, I'm doing good. How are you, my friend? Good to see you as always. Carlos Martinez doing great. How you doing, my friend? Ray all day. Ray all day. He knows what side his bread's buttered on. Believe that. Thank you, my friend. Christopher, what's going on, dude? Sarah, it's about freaking time you come watch my show. Just kidding. Good to see you. Great to see you. That's a very distinct number, Jeff. 84 years. That's a very specific number. 84 years since the show was last. It's been 2 weeks. We enjoyed the Thanksgiving. By the way, how was everyone's Turkey Day last week? Mine was very good. Last week? Yeah, last week. Sorry. It's been a long week, baby. How did everybody how's everybody's Thanksgiving go? Mine was great, by the way. Mine was great. Christopher Sims, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Jumping Jeff, no worries, man. Thanks for checking in whenever you can. It's much appreciated. Rick, what's going on, dude? I did. Hope you did as well. Where'd you go, Ray? I lost you, Ray. Oh, Ray. There we are. Ray, the boys team is 1-1. They had a tough game last night. The team they played, those kids looked like they were NBA level. They were very good. So he got to play a little bit last night. Didn't score, but he was hustling. I told him, I said, I can't be upset with the hustle. Just keep hustling. JML. Gene, are you okay with that if I call you JML? That's actually got a good ring to it. JML. I kind of like that. How you feeling about that? I know it's lazy, but it's kind of there in front of us. You know what I mean? I'm okay if you are. Let me know. Jeff says 84 years of Titanic. Oh my God, Jeff's a Titanic fan, everybody. Everyone point at Jeff and laugh. I'm just kidding. True story. I watched that movie with a girlfriend at the time. Because women love the Titanic film. You know what I mean? It's a movie about this great big cruise ship, right? And a whole bunch of people die. But yet it's a romance movie. What? Funny how that works out. So yeah, saw that with a girlfriend years ago. Brandon, how are you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Happy Friday to you as well. Sarah says I should listen to the show in my car. Oh my God. Sarah's the best. What are y'all doing for me? Sarah's on the move, on the go. Okay? Taking time out of her day. Get me? Saying. Nancy, one of my favorite viewers. Hello, my dear. So good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Y'all know that I love when the ladies show up. Y'all know this about me, don't you? Tell them, Gene. Gene, does that work for you? Be real. Just be real with me. I can change it. It doesn't have to be JML. If you don't like that, it's good. I mean, it's, I'll change it up. It's fine. Gene. Mean Gene? Ooh, that's a pro wrestling reference, man. You can't be mad at that. It doesn't mean that you're mean. It just means that you're like tough. You know what I mean? Like bad. You know what I mean? Not bad as in bad, but bad as in good. Ricardo, good to see you, my friend. Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. That's coming up on the 6M. Fingers crossed we got time to do it. That's the plan. I told you I love when the ladies show up. Shannon. There she is. Everyone tell Shannon hello. Great to see you. Thank you as always for tuning in. You're the best. You're awesome. Brennan says JML sounds like a future top heel now. She's saying yes, 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 but to what? JML or Mean Gene? You tell me. You love how I'm just putting people on the spot, just right out the gate. Isn't that something? Tyrell, baby. Tyrell. Saying. You come watch my show. It's interactive. You know what I mean? I ask questions of you, and I expect you to answer. You get nicknames. We got cookies. And coming up soon, the Tom Clark's main event dancers. Who's auditioning? The auditions are open, baby. All you got to do is hit the digits, hit the number, call your boy, and guess what? We'll set up the audition. We got cute outfits. It's going to be awesome. We got the logo on there. Peep the logo. The logo's on there. It's going to be awesome. You'll see. You'll see. All of you will see. So it's like the moment when the character becomes a villain in the film, the moment when the character becomes a villain, is usually begins with a line similar to something of, how'd it go? I've had this bit in my head for a while. Okay, when the line is something similar to that of, "They don't understand. I'll make them understand." That's when it happens, okay? That's when you go from being a good guy and a victim, perhaps, to being the heavy and the villain. I'll make them understand. That's never followed by anything good, just so you know. Brandon's calling this Tomomaniacs. That's a bit wordy. Shannon, I suck so much. I'm sorry. I have not. Shannon. It's a shame Sugar Shane's got Sugar Shane because Sugar Shannon sounds awesome. God bless it. Shane lucked out with that name, didn't he? You should go take that up with Shane. You guys should duke it out for the name. Fight to the death, Shannon. I'm kidding. Shannon. We got to do something with the SH. The SH is too freaking fun, dude. It's too fun. Gene says, Mean Genie. Mean Gene. Sorry, I'm sorry. The Pro Wrestling Fan Machine. I love it. Mean Gene. Bye, Crackle. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I got that from Joker. I got that from the origins of it was Jim Carrey as the Riddler in that God-forsaken Batman film. Remember that one? But it's, I mean, to be fair, you can tweak the line and take it, and it still works, honestly. They don't understand. I'll make them understand. Listen, Kane, all of you have nicknames, Brandon. You're killing me. BMK. Oh, I'm just going to go initials with all of you. Screw it. I'm just kidding. You can't all have nicknames, man. I can't. Dude. It's so much work. I'm a very creative individual, but man, my brain is fried on Fridays at 5 o'clock. Believe that, okay? I stay in this chair so often, and if I'm not in my office space, I'm in my chair, okay? I'm the guy in the chair. You know what I mean? That's who I am. Like Ned. I'm the guy in the chair, baby. I'm like, that's who I am. I almost call me the sexy Uzi. I like that. Oh, no, Brandon. I didn't tell you to be quiet, dude. I don't want anybody to be quiet, man. All right. So, I know what y'all are saying. Y'all are saying the same thing I've been saying for a long time. Hey, Tom, when's the next time you're going to do an ATA? Guess what? We're doing the ATA today. Ask Tom anything. This can be pro wrestling or not pro wrestling, or lots of pro wrestling or little pro wrestling. ATA. Chris, we're kicking off. How's your weight loss? Brother, can I be honest with you? I've not cracked down yet. The crackdown begins in January. And you know how everybody says that every year, and they always say something like, it's a New Year's resolution. I'm going to do some weight. And then they don't lose weight. You'd have to know me to understand how I can do this. Okay. I can drop 60 pounds in 6 months with my eyes closed. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm looking at January because got through Thanksgiving, got to get through Christmas. It's going to be tougher for me now because I'm immobile quite a bit. Yeah. So I'm thinking of getting a gym membership. There's a few here in town. Jeff, talking about one of the big shows, one of the big news stories of the week. William Regal supposedly back to WWE. This, as of 5 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, whatever it's been, has not been confirmed to me 100%. We shall see what happens. Look, I say the same thing every time, kids. Whatever a guy or gal wants to do with their professional career, if they're happy, healthy, and safe, and they're getting a good payday, let them go do it. I don't begrudge Regal for going back if it's something he wants to do. I begrudge Cody going back because it was something he obviously wanted to do. I didn't want him to leave. I don't really much care for Regal to leave. However, I respect their opinion, their decisions, and if it's something they want to do and it's the right move for them, I say they should go do it. So there you go. Do I want to see it? That's another thing altogether. Here's all I will say is that as long as he's being used correctly, and hopefully he will be, he was for a long time in that company. Let's be honest. He really was for a long time being used very, very well. So if he goes back, hopefully that continues. Opinion, Kingston dethrones MJF. Thoughts? Yes, absolutely. Moving on. Because he planted the seed. He planted the seed. I agree with that. I don't think it happens now. I think it'll happen eventually. And I think of there's so much really good storytelling going on in that company because they take their time. They take their time. They don't rush anything. Not that things haven't been rushed in that company. They have, okay? But for the most part, they take their time and they don't rush the process. Right? The process is the process. Don't rush the process. All right. So that's kind of what I'm saying here. They can start building Kingston right now today and make it a 6-month burn. Hey, listen, Gato, I don't know if he still does, but Gato was staying 12 months ahead booking in Japan. And Gato knows, here's where we want to be. Here's where we are now. So like, here's where we want to be. Let's work backwards to figure out how we get there. And then when somebody drops out with injury or whatever, the plan is still the same. And you replace the chess pieces as you need to, but the end game is still the same. I submit perhaps that's what we're seeing in that company. Brennan says, hope you're ready for this. If WWE does the open door again, who would you think Uncle Hunter brings in for the Rumble? I don't know. I mean, because I would say Impact guys are probably on tap, perhaps. New Japan, I doubt it, but not impossible. AEW, I would say not impossible. Nothing's impossible, but doubtful. It's so early for me to speculate, but I appreciate your question. We'll see what happens. I love the idea of surprises in the Rumble. I mean, the Rumble is one of the most fun pay-per-views of all time because there's just so many cool things that can happen. It's also let us down quite a few times, right? But that's the nature of the beast. Different fans want different things from different shows. But I'm actually looking forward to that. I like to see what kind of surprises happen this year. Cool. Your 2020. Oh God, I got nothing, Ricardo. I don't have anything, man. I would say Cody for the men's. I think Cody will be back in time and he'll win it, but that's my guess. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't really have anything for you. Ray says you see the bloodline turn on Sammy. I see the writing. Here's why I don't see it. Because they've come so far to convince you that it's not going to happen. And I know that's a weird, weird answer because usually that means it's going to happen, right? But I kind of feel like at this point, would they turn on one of their own family before they turned on Sammy? Or is this whole thing a ruse by Sammy to get over on them? I was thinking about this today, actually. It's a great angle, kids. Don't get me wrong. And I enjoy it. I actually do enjoy it quite a bit. However, where's it going? I'll throw it back to you. Where's it going? Because anytime you have a great gimmick, whether it's Nexus, whether it's the Shield, whether it's the Bloodline, whether it's, I don't know, you name the gimmick. I always, in the back of my mind, ask myself, where is this going? What's the end game here? Now, maybe that's maybe that's a silly position to take. Maybe I should just enjoy it as it happens. And I do for the most part, depending on what it is. But again, I often in my head, because I'm one of those guys, I'm often asking myself, where's this going? I just want to know. Renato Ramirez Rodriguez continues to have the best name ever. That's right. Regal's son is in NXT. There you go. Where'd you go? Rick, why do they call them buildings when they are already built? Shouldn't they be called builds? Excellent. Why are flies called fly? If you pulled the wings off a fly, would it be called a walk? Why do you drive in a parkway or park in a driveway? We could play this game if you want to. I'm good at it. Could MJF make it in WWE? I believe with the right support and the right booking, he can make it anywhere in the world, including WWE. And I think that all this hamming it up for the camera tells me he's not going to go to WWE in 2024. He could. Anything can happen, right? But I don't think he will because again, it's too easy. They've laid it out too often, too many times. Too many times. But again, that's my take. Yeah, absolutely. I think he could. He can make it anywhere he wants to. Are you all as tired of MJF talking about the bidding war in 2024? I'd rather see Adam Cole come back as I would to have to listen to MJF. Shane, the fact that you don't like it proves that it's working. Because at the end of the day, MJF is a great, dastardly villainous heel, and he can't continue to get cheered. And I don't think he will now. Shannon, thank you. The boy's good. He's doing great. 2 basketball games in, the team is 1-1. However, he got to play a little bit in game 2, hustling like crazy. And by the way, he's doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope you and your family's doing well too, by the way. Brennan says, I see it happening in a few weeks. You talking about the bloodline turn? It's possible. Anything can happen. NWA tie into the Rumble, maybe. I'm all for that. I mean, if Billy Corgan, not that he is, but if Billy Corgan was going to do business with somebody, who would it make more sense for? Would it make more sense for Triple H or Tony Khan? It seems like there's some weird bridges that were burned up thanks to that Empower show with Tony, because Tony can't seem to not say weird stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes downright uncomfortable. So if Corgan was going to do business with either company, wouldn't it make the most sense that it was NWA? I'm sorry, WWE. Yeah, but how many of their fans are going to know who the guys are? AEW's fans would. There's something to think about. But no, I think it's entirely possible. Will says, I see Sammy turning. Good. Carlos says there was a spoiler for the Rumble. Cody wins, and I think Sasha wins. I'm good with both those. Absolutely good with both of those. Lead with the word spoiler alert next time, Carlos. Dang. Will says, then Sammy and KOB beat Usos at Mania for the titles. Could be. Solo turns. Could. I'd be okay with that too. Ron says Usos throw Sammy out of the Rumble, drop titles to Sammy KO at Mania. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I still think it's too easy. Because turning on Sammy weaponizes Sammy. It weaponizes Sammy and KO together. And it creates contenders for your titles. Kayfabe standpoint, you know what I mean. Not saying you're wrong, but I still would go do something a little bit different. Ray says, can you see Cena versus Theory at Mania? Absolutely. I don't see the point, but I'm here. There's no point. Other than it would be a really cool moment for Austin Theory. And I like that guy a lot. Brennan says, Ric Flair said he's open for one more match. You think he will do something WWE, AEW, Impact, or just another show like he did last time? I have always said for months and months and months, for years and years and years, these men and women can do whatever they want, and they should be able to wrap up their careers however they want. Having said that, with all due respect, and I'm an NWA fan for life, I'm a Jim Crockett guy to the day I die, and that's the way it is, and that's how it's always going to be. I don't want Rick to come back again. I just don't. I couldn't bring myself. I saw some of that match, and it was... I mean, it's in his blood. It's in a lot of these guys' blood. That's why Sean came back. It's just, it's hard. And Brino, everyone, please welcome Brino. Brino, I'm gonna talk to you right now, not just because you're a friend, but also because you know what I'm talking about. When it gets in your blood, it's hard to walk away. How'd The Rock do it? How'd The Rock walk away? Now he's been back occasionally since then, but nothing to the degree of anybody else. John's walked away. How do you do it? Because you busy yourself with other things. You're in demand in other places. It's not the same as sitting on a set for 12 hours and they yell action and you work for 10, 15 minutes and they yell cut and you go do another set and do a costume change. You're not getting an immediate reaction like you do in a wrestling ring. Nothing compares to being in a pro wrestling ring. Nothing. Brino will back me up on that. Nothing compares to it. If there's 10 people in the crowd and all 10 hate you, that's a thing. If all 10 love you, that's a thing too. It's addictive. It gets in your head and you feel like you have to have it. Having said that, I just don't want Rick to come back and do this again. Jeff says, I'll write about Regal. It made me sick. I love Regal. Whatever he wants to do, hopefully he's healthy. He can do it. I mean, I don't think he's going to work anymore, right? But good for him for getting a good deal. And again, take top dollar. Hope he gets all the money and get his hands on. MJF is also reminds me a lot of Piper back in the 80s. I'm sure he'd be more than happy with that. How long do you think MJF has the belt? For as long as they want him to have it, is my answer. I'll say the over-under on 6 months. Who is the boys' favorite NBA player? I don't know if he has one now. It was at one time, it was Steph, but I don't think it's Steph anymore. My kid, man, he's a very fair weather fan, right? You know what I mean? He turns like as the wind blows. It's crazy. Shane says, I'm all in on the Moxley Hangman Page feud. Absolutely. No title needed for that. That thing was great. David Down Under says, Sammy gets turned on. Sikoa sticks up for Sammy. They take the tag belts off the Usos. Then Sammy takes the titles of Roman and then Sammy take the title off of Roman at the Canadian pay-per-view. Oh, that's some lofty predictions, but I'm with it. I love daring predictions, dude. Eric Young, Nancy says, headed back to WWE. I've always liked Eric Young. Again, I hope he gets everything he's asking for. Ron says Sammy could challenge Roman at Saudi, which is better than Rumble and Mania, for sure. Bruno says Sammy won't compete because of personal reasons. Yep, you're right, Bruno. You're right. He won't compete in Saudi Arabia unless something's changed. Good call. I forgot about that, actually. Sugar Shane says, did you catch the latest episode of Tales from the Territories? I have not watched any of them. I really want to. Please tell me they're not like sad and morbid and depressing. That's why I stopped with Dark Side of the Ring. I told you guys before, man, I don't want to put that stuff in my head. Call me a baby if you want to, I guess, but it's just weird. I want to know. I want to remember the good times and the good things. And a lot of the stuff I already know. If I don't know it, I don't want to know it. Does that make sense? Is it at least uplifting or is it just filled with, ugh? You know what I mean? Because if it is, I don't want any part of it. No, didn't this happen recently, Ricardo, Steamboat's last match? I have not seen it. I thought it was still to happen. Am I crazy? Billy says El Generico eliminates the Usos at the Rumble. It's possible. Carlos says The Rock, more money in movies. Yeah, I get it, but still, dude, like it's the rush. It's the rush of the crowd. It's the adrenaline rush when you get in front of people. When you get in the ring and everything works the way it's supposed to work. And it's like there's guys that will tell you that they've worked the last half of a match completely injured. Like completely injured to the point of like afterwards, the medical staff's telling them, how did you walk through that match? How are you moving? Because the adrenaline starts pumping and they don't feel a thing. You know what I mean? Because the rush of the crowd gets you just amped up. You can't, there's nothing else on the planet that replaces that. Unless you're in a rock band. Jericho gets to have that in wrestling and in music. It's got to be the same thing. It is immediate response, right? It's the call and response right now. Not 6 months later when the movie comes out and the critics review it, all that stuff. That's all well and good. But I'm talking about you do something right now and in 30 seconds, reaction, just like that. I mean, that's a drug. That's an immediate high. You know? Nothing replaces that unless you're a professional athlete. Nothing replaces that, or a musician. That'd be the two things I could see. I'm not saying it's the only. Nancy says, Bad Bunny tagging with Ray Ray against Damian Priest and Dominic at Rumble. I'll buy that. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Good call. Ron says, I'm saying the Bloodline will be in the Rumble to try to set up the opponent for Roman. Okay, yeah. That makes sense, too. The ladies continue to grow. Charlotte, what's up? Charlotte, I'm doing great. How are you and your family? And what you have for dinner? You got to be telling. Tell us what you had and was it delicious? Brino says, I think The Rock's thing is entertainment versus just wrestling, and wrestling was one of the platforms he was able to use in order to do it. Agreed. I believe it all has to do with what your goal is. Agreed again. Well said. Yeah, you and can I be honest with you guys? I had an issue with Rock when he left, to be honest with you, because I kind of felt like you're leaving the business behind. Go be an actor. Say, everyone's asking about you, by the way. There's a boy who desperately needs a haircut. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
All right. Have fun. When am I coming to get you?
Ends at 8.
8? Okay. Bring my money, my change back. Love you. Going to a school dance, this kid. Ladies hanging all over him. They're not. They could be, but they're not. He's not there yet. He's 14. You'd think he'd be there. He's not quite there. He's kind of there. He's not quite there. Where was I? You know, I've hit every comment. You guys know I'm all about this, right? I'm not leaving anybody out. I've hit everybody. Ray says, "You okay with Ricky Steamboat wrestling again?" Again, Ray. I you know, if it's what he wants, if he's healthy, if he comes out of this thing not hurt, not bruised, not wrecked, and it's something he really wants to do, his doctors have signed off on it. Who am I to judge? Who am I to say he can't do it? Do I need to see it? No, I don't. Again, it's hard to get it out of your blood, man. You feel like you have to do it, even if it's just one more time. Everyone, please welcome producer extraordinaire, big fan, big friend of the show. Without him, there wouldn't be a 6M podcast. Want to know why? I wouldn't have the name for it. Please welcome Nathan Workman himself, Nate Dogg, counselor. He's here. Was who there last time, Ron? Who we talking about? Sorry, I must have missed it. Jeff says Rock takes on Reigns at WrestleMania. Jeff, I will make the same comment. I'll make the same comment here that I've made in the past. Why? Give me a reason. If the answer is we need to get Roman over as the best, the best of all time, bigger than Cena, bigger than Hogan, bigger than Bruno, period. That's it. The end goal is Roman all the time. Roman in stone. Roman on Mount Rushmore. Roman covered in gold. Roman like a baby Jesus in the manger, presented to the three wise men. Roman reigns. Roman, by God, reigns on the mountaintop with the light of heaven shining down on him. Oh, doves flying out from the John Woo film, the gold-plated 45s, the whole deal. Roman Reigns is the baddest man who's ever took a breath on the planet. Haven't they already done that? Haven't they already done that? They don't need Rock for that now. There's no reason to have Rock unless Rock is there to pin him and to teach him a lesson. But then you destroy the star that you built 3 years building. Well, a lot more than that, but you know what I mean. Again, I ask, what's the point? Unless it's a payday. If your answer is, Tom, it's a payday. Okay. I just would like to have something better than that. Rob says, if you got the opportunity to co-author any living wrestler's biography, who would be the one you'd want to really learn more about that you don't necessarily know enough of their story that would be interesting to get to know? What a great question. God, I don't know. God, that's a good dude. You always hit me with really good questions. I'd love to write a book on Dusty. I'd love to. That'd be awesome. But that's not the question. Dude, I don't know. God, that's a good question. I don't know. All right. So if I'm being honest, I'd like to go back to some of the like old timers. We're talking about at the very beginning, like the was it Gold Dust Twins? We're talking old school. There's a killer book that I was reading. I haven't touched in a while called The Fall Guys. It's about the very beginnings of the business. That's who, honestly, and there's probably been a lot of stuff read, but that'd be fun to write. The research would be crazy. Ray says, tells the territory is not sad. It's cool. You talked me into it. Brenda says, I wholeheartedly stand behind the thought that Jay is going to be the one that either contributes to or takes Roman off the top altogether. Everything a heel does must be given back to him. Jay owes him plenty of comeuppance. Excellent freaking answer. Jeff says, live audience versus no audience. There's no rush like someone cheering or booing you to get the blood pumping. Couldn't agree more. Nate says, what if you're working with an injury that's a work? You just gave me a headache. What if you're working with an injury that's a work? Then you work that injury like it's an injury, not like it's a work. And work the crowd to believe that it's an injury, not a work. Just keep working. Air Jackson in the house. You're so late. Dude, they've all been talking smack about you, dude, and I've had your back from the beginning. Don't none of y'all deny it either. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Only Ron threw you under the bus, not Tom. I defended you. They'll vouch for me too. I'm just kidding. Nate says that MJF and Bryan Danielson building up for a fight. 100% agree. That's going to be a war right there. And you talk about they're going to have Moxley level blood in that match. Wait and see. Bruno says they didn't make him main event Jey Uso for no reason. Excellent call. Excellent call. It is a religious thing with Sammy, everybody. It is a religious thing. Yeah. And good for him. Good for him. He shouldn't want to go over there. None of them should want to. None of them should want to. Charlotte says they had zucchini boats with a salad. Nice. I tell you what's good. Zucchini pasta instead of pasta, like in spaghetti. Zucchini pasta is so good. You got to cook it up and get it tender. Not mushy, but tender. It's kind of a little bit of al dente, but not too al dente. What I've done with that stuff before is I'll do like a saute pan of garlic and olive oil and saute it in there and start getting it tender. And then I'll pour the sauce in and then put a lid on, let it simmer, medium to low heat. Really get that zucchini tender. It's really good. Add mushrooms as well, by the way. I'm a big fan of mushrooms. I couldn't answer the question of whether Sammy was in Saudi last time. I don't know. Hey, Air, I was just giving you grief, man. Bruno says, I honestly don't care to see The Rock at WrestleMania. We already know he's not coming to win because he's not staying. Rock doesn't really do anything for me unless we believe he's staying a while. And again, what does he do besides boost the buy rate? Sugar Shane says you should get all your podcast friends together and have a trivia show. That would be awesome. Here's the problem with the trivia show. Google. Because what would happen is we go, oh, I don't know. Ask me that question again. See what I'm saying? We could all cheat. I don't want to cheat. You know how many times I like try to remember the name of an actor or a movie or a TV show or a song or what have you, and Google's right there. I won't touch it, man. I want to remember on my own. Know what I mean? That's what I do. Like I just, the older I get, the more I want to use this, this dome up here and really get the pistons firing. Jeff says I would too, but that is the rumor that is flying around. Yeah, but it's been flying around for 2 years. Didn't they say this about Mania last year and the year before? Not that you're wrong. I get it. But they've been saying this for 2 years straight, I think. Maybe more. By the way, kids, if you've not smashed the like button, the thumbs up, the heart, please make it happen. Love it. Don't like it. Love it. And then share this video. Share this feed on your Facebook page. Please and thank you. If you have friends that are pro wrestling fans, they'll get to see this ugly mug and they'll figure it out. They see wrestling stuff behind me and they see logos and they see a white dude with a beard. And they're going to say, that must be a pro wrestling podcast. Hey, look out. Let's watch it. Again, Carlos, I think 6 months for the belt, but I could be wrong. That's my guess. Ray says, I'm the only one. Am I the only one who sees the star that is Carmelo Hayes? No, I like him a lot, dude, for sure. Where's he going to go is another question. JD says, what's going on? I'm doing great, man. Hope you are. Cherie, what's up? Sorry I'm late. Got off work. Cherie, you're awesome. I ended up making 58 pumpkin rolls and 2 banana rolls over Thanksgiving week. My God in heaven. You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry. Cherie, you're awesome. Thanks for tuning in. JD cooks. Dude, listen, I'm multimedia, baby. I can do it all. Tom Clark's Cooking Show. I brand everything with my name. You guys know that, right? It's how I roll. Don't know why? Because there's only one Tom Clark on this country you need to worry about, and it's me. I don't know. There's probably other Tom Clarks that are talented. But not like I am. That's a joke. Relax. So these are just jokes. Relax. Any news on Big E? No, but I'll be glad to see him back, dude. I love that guy a lot. Nancy says, I love zucchini pasta, mouthful, but it's so good. If you cook it right, it's good. Jeff says, no, Sammy's never shown up for a Saudi event. There you go. I pride myself on knowing some stuff. Now, if you hit me with, on what date did Roddy Piper beat Greg Valentine, and what arena was it, and what time of the night was it back in 1982? I don't know. Some of that stuff's nuts. You know what I mean? Some of the trivia questions are a little bit. Now, if you ask me, who took the belt off who, or what was the storyline that led to this, I might be a little bit better at that. But this, hour, minutes, hours, and days questions, I don't freaking know, dude. I don't know. My God, who's got enough room in their head for that stuff? Brino says, wait, I missed it. Mello is money. Absolutely. I agree. Charlotte says, what do you think of the deadline pay-per-view tournament? Deadline? I don't know. I apologize for not knowing. Deadline pay-per-view tournament. Deadline? Yes, I'm a big fan of Beyond Burger. You know that. Oh, man, I got to start eating better. Okay. See, when normal people get to eat, nothing happens. When Tom eats like a normal person, look out. I'm not kidding. I don't have the metabolism to handle how a normal person eats. When I have dinner, I have a sensible dinner. I never do seconds. And I just eat, right? But I can't do that. Tom can't behave like that. People that know me know me like what I'll say real life when they're up close and personal to me. I can't eat like normal people. I'm not kidding. I don't know what it is, but I've got a gene in my DNA somewhere that says, oh, I got to get some more food and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, right? I'm not kidding. I love Ruby Riott. I really do. It's great to see her back. Very happy she's back and healthy. Daniel Price on the YouTube. Hello, my friend. Rock showing up with B for the sole purpose of putting Reigns over, nothing more. They don't need him for that. He's not needed for that. That everyone's put this guy over. And I'm not arguing the point. Look, Roman's paid his dues. For anybody talking about, they shouldn't win. Shut up. Roman's paid his dues. He's put his time in. He's more than put his time in. But the guy retired, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, retired Undertaker. Know what I mean? Like, he did a lot of stuff. He put a lot of people down. He's never not beaten whoever he's faced. There's no feud that he hasn't won. You don't need The Rock to come back. The only reason to bring The Rock back is to pin Roman Reigns. It's not for The Rock to get pinned. But that's a catch-22 because that's probably not going to happen. Unless they were to bring The Rock back, he wins the title at Mania, and then they have the payoff, or Rock wins the title before Mania, and the payoff is Roman takes it back from him at Mania. And even then, you don't need him to do that. But this is just my take. Everybody else may say that's crazy. He should beat him. Ha, 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 whatever. I don't know. Brandon says, hate his run was cut short. I think he was such a believable good guy, and there hasn't been a lovable, genuine good guy, heavyweight champion since Cena left, and marketable like crazy. We're talking about Rock? Oh, my God. This guy could sell tickets by standing there. Like Dusty. Dusty could sell tickets by standing. Doesn't have to say a word. All you had to hear was, Dusty's in the main event. Get the car. It's the truth. Grab the kids. Very few people can do that. Deadline. Thank you, kids. NXT. I haven't looked it up. My apologies. No one is like Tom Clark. Big E was on the Fox pregame show about a month ago, and Big E has his next medical review in March. Hope to see him back and hope he's healthy, because there's been rumors that maybe he's not going to be able to come back. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea. Ricardo says I have metabolism of a snail. It's funny because when I drop weight and get down, my metabolism through the roof. I can eat then. I'm fine. I just can't do it over a prolonged period of time. And what's happened to me is with the job I started in late April, I'm immobile. I'm not moving around that much at all. So it's the pounds have packed on. You know what I mean? I'm not like a land monster or anything. It's not that bad. I can breathe. I can tie my shoes, for God's sake. I'm just saying I'm bigger than what I'd like to be. Ray, you're killing it with the marathons, dude. I am very impressed, dude. I need to get out there and make some things happen. It's excuses when I say this, and I don't mean it to be excuses, but I don't really have that kind of thing happening around me. If I'm being straight with you, I really, really don't. So I should seek them out. If I'm being honest, I should seek them out. Quit waiting for things to happen. Just go make it happen. Oh, Brano, I'm circling back to you. My bad. You're right. Shane says, did you know Nikita Koloff tried out for Rocky IV? Yep. They told him he was too big. Yeah, because Nikita always played himself off as being Russian. He always played himself off as being Russian. He lived that gimmick on the plane, in the bathroom, the bedroom, everywhere he could. He always spoke in that accent. He always lived the gimmick all the time. Dude, when I was a kid, and Nikita and Ivan, and it was like Nikita and Crusher and Ivan against the Rock and Roll Express, I was terrified of Nikita Koloff. He scared the living daylights out of me. That cage match when Rock and Roll won the title and they barely escaped with their lives, I was like, they're going to kill him. They're dead. They're just going to freaking kill him. Like I was as a kid, I was all into it. I'm like, I can't watch this. They're going to kill him. I'm not even making that up. I remember that. Going, Nikita, oh my God. Like I had to look over here. He was menacing. He did his job. Nikita doesn't. I don't know if Nikita will ever get the flowers he deserves. So you're talking about Big E. Well done. Yeah, Big E was a fun champion, but he worked in a company that, you jawed to Brock Lesnar. That's it. You didn't think there was anything else coming, did you? You're going to jaw to Brock Lesnar. That's what you do. If you're a champion and they want to put the title on Brock, you're going to jaw to Brock Lesnar. It doesn't make a difference. Go ask Kofi and Big E both what they think. They'll tell you. Actually, what they'll tell you is we're professionals and we do business when we're asked to do business, and Tom's an idiot. That's what they'll tell you. But from where I'm sitting, you took 2 African-American world champions and you, what'd you do? Did you humble them just because you could? When you know the optics are already there that you're maybe just a little bit racist, talking Vince McMahon. I don't care. I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there for everybody to hear. I don't care. I'm not saying it, but the optic was there for years that Vince was just a little bit racist. And that's how you beat your African-American world champion? Is that what we're doing? Is that a good look? Is that a good look? Come on. We're adults here. Let's call it for what it is. Let's call it for what it is. Ray says, I have the same genes, so I run yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Carlos says, rumor is William Regal. Yep, we've covered that already, but it could be the main show Raw. Yep. And you know what? Good for him. As I said before during the show, good for him. If he gets what he wants, good for him. Jeff says, deadline match is a 5-person Iron Survivor. I did hear this bit. You start with 2 people in the ring. Every 3 minutes, someone else comes to the ring. Match lasts 25 minutes. Person with the most falls gets a title match. 1 men's match and 1 women's match. It's intriguing. I love different kinds of matches. Daniel says the way WWE looks at it is not that if Reigns went over on The Rock, it would get him more mainstream appeal and more viewers to the product since Rock's such a... I'm not arguing your point. I get it. Trust me. I get it. I know what the reasoning would be. But in my head, there's no reason for this. There's no reason for this. And let me ask you a question. Following your logic, and it's not your logic, it's their logic, because you're right. But following their logic, what next? What do you do with Roman next? Is Roman going to quit? Is he going to do it? He's going to do what John did and barely wrestle? And he's going to go off and get a big career in Hollywood? If the answer is yes, go with God, brother. That's cool. I don't care. It's fine. I like Roman. No disrespect. But if that's not the case, if the answer is no, he's coming back tomorrow. No, he's going to keep wrestling. Then why are we doing this? Because if the goal is to cement him as the best of all time, or at least the best of his generation, he beats everybody and that's it. You've already done that. Wrestling fans, they're already in. Whether they like him or not, they get the point and they understand. But you're right. The only reason to do it is to convince Hollywood that he's important. But it's Triple H in the Hollywood game now, like Vince was. I don't have the answer to that. You could very well end up being right and it'll happen. Doesn't matter what I think. I'm just telling you what my opinion is. Charles says, I'm hearing that possibly Green and Peraza may be leaving Impact. I like Deonna Purrazzo a lot. They better do right by her wherever she lands. God, can you believe this hour's almost up? This is crazy. Ray's already thinking of his question. Ray, I already put it up. Look, I didn't even see it. I just found his name. There it was. Ray is going to take us home. We still got like 7 minutes. Hang on, kids. Ray says, LL Cool J or Heavy D. I'll go Heavy D. Pete Rock, CL Smooth, or the Fugees, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. And if Adam Cole rented the Spectrum Center for the boy and his team to practice basketball, and you and your wife came and could bring one extra, could I come? And later wanted to get grilled shrimp and veggies and get coffee. Dude, that's one of your best ones because that thing's all over the map. The answer is yes to everything. Have I ever told you no? Maybe I have. Maybe I have. Brino, do I speak falsehoods? Am I speaking the truth? Am I spitting the truth? I submit that I am. Dan says Cornette's not scared of Lesnar. He pulled a 30. Don't get me on Cornette, dude. That's a whole other podcast right there, dude. I was a Cornette fan. I was telling Phil Lindsay this the other day. Shout out to Phil Lindsay, by the way. I'm an NWA kid, so I was always a Jim Cornette fan. Even when he was heel and I hated him, I was a fan then. I stopped listening to Cornette's podcast a few years ago. I can't stomach someone wishing death on people, and I can't stomach someone that absolutely will bury a company every single time he talks about them. I just don't want that. He's entitled to his opinion. And by the way, for anyone throws Jim Cornette under the bus, Jim Cornette's earned a living at this business for a long time, which is a lot more than a lot of other people could ever say who ever attempted to be in this business. Cornette's made a living and then some. So good on him. But I just don't want to put negativity in my ears. I don't want to do it. That's just me. Now he says, let's talk the Queen returning. So when is Charlotte coming back, kids? And is she going to be hated just as much today as she was yesterday? Charlotte, we ain't too much. You know it's coming, don't you? For everybody that wants to see her, all y'all remember when she comes back that you want her back, okay? Because when she comes back, she ain't losing. She ain't losing. Get it? Remember that you wanted her back when she comes back. Brenner says, now it'd be interesting to see Rock take the title and see where the Bloodlines allegiance goes, since he would be the new head of the family. That would be cool. Maybe that could work. Maybe that could work. I think, you know what? There's more of a storyline there than there is in Roman beating him. Let's call it for what it is. Let's put a button on it. There's more of a storyline. There's more of a story in Rock winning there is Roman winning, because the impact of Roman winning is not as big as Rock winning, in my opinion. You could circle back to it, and Roman will take it from him later, but I still believe we're talking Cody versus Roman, and Roman loses to Cody. Nancy says, oh my God, Seth Rollins' see-through outfit needs to go. What the heck was that? Seth has no fear when it comes to his gear. Write it down. I got it trademarked. Jeffrey says, Chelsea Green has already left Impact. She might. Yep, that's the rumor. Sugar Shane says, I think JD Drake needs a manager, or maybe he should go to Impact Wrestling. I wish he would get a shot. You never can tell what'll happen, kids. JD says Solo might turn on Roman. We've covered that one for sure. Ray says, when will King Kong come? I have not heard anything about Adam Cole, but if I hear anything, I will let you know for sure. Yeah, I do believe, Brino, that Cody will be the man to beat Roman. I just think it made perfect sense for him. I'd like to see them somehow tie Dusty into this at some point in some form or fashion, which I think they could do by pointing out that it's two bloodlines. This is two bloodlines, right? One second generation star versus another second generation star. I mean, that works for me. I think that's how you do it. I think that's how you get Dusty involved, and I think that's how it makes sense. And I think that a turn could come because of Cody. Screw it, I'm fantasy booking. I don't care. Because if Roman's thing is always family, 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 I'm Vin Diesel, family, 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 right. And then suddenly he rips on Dusty, or he rips on the Rhodes, and one of them looks sideways at Roman as if to say, dude, that's not cool. I thought what are we doing here? That could be the thing. I'm just throwing it out there to you. Kay says Robert Church tainted a solid segment with him. I don't know about tainted. It's all in your view, but I don't know about tainted. That's just me talking. Yeah, but again, Seth has no fear when it comes to his gear. Remember I said that. We are almost at the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not opening the floor because the floor's been open for a straight hour. Did you have fun today with the show? Last few comments here, and we're going to go home with this thing. I got to get out of this chair and move around for a bit before I pass out. No complaints. I love what I do for a living. I'm just saying. No complaints. If anybody's got anything else for me, please let me know before we get out of here today. Anybody, give me something good. Tell me something good. I got no business singing. Brandon says that story is crazy. Samoan Dynasty's always been in top. Grandson of a plumber was ousted, went and built his own stuff, and left them no choice but to bring him back so he can put some respect on his family's name. I love it. I love it as well. It's awesome. Nancy, my dear, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I really appreciate you. Have a great weekend as well. Christmas show's coming up, kids. Don't forget about that, okay? The Friday before the week of Christmas. So that would be that's next week. No, that's the Friday after. Don't miss it. I'm going to have a Santa hat on and garland on the screen and a ho, 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 and a Santa Claus doing this, I think. And sleigh bells. Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? You'll find out. Do you see Roman defend the titles separately at Mania? No, I think they'll be both lost to Cody. That's my guess. I don't know. Oh, dude, you think his forehead did. What about his arm? Dusty cut his arm quite a bit, too. Quite a bit. But you're right. Jeffrey Peter says it makes no sense for The Rock to wrestle Roman because The Rock would have to win the Rumble because Roman has a both championships belt. Yeah. I guess what we're all trying to say is let's don't book this match. There's no need for this match other than, wouldn't it be cool if Rock wrestled Roman? I mean, you don't book based on wouldn't it be cool. I guess you can. And if you're that company, you could do just about anything and get away with it. But I still, for me, I'm not feeling it. That's just me. Not just Tom Clark's dancers, JD, Tom Clark's main event dancers. The Tom Clark main event dancers. Let's get it right. Get it right. I told you we're taking open auditions. We're taking open auditions. Any ladies on the show that want an audition for Tom Clark's main event dancers, I'm not going to ask the dudes. That might be weird. For you, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Everybody's welcome. Who wants to audition? Raise your hands. Raise them. 6:01. We're over the top of the hour. Give me something good. I want something cool to end the show on. Something, the next comment I see is the one we end on. Make it count. What did Dusty say? Make it good. Make it count. Make it count. 291, baby. Don't leave me hanging. Episode 291. 9 episodes left to episode 300. Don't leave me hanging here. This is a fun time. All y'all love this stuff. No worries, JD. Yeah. Give me something good here, kids, or I'm just going to go on out of here. I don't got to take it home. I am home, but I will end the show. I'm just looking for a reason to stick around. I do got to get out of this chair, though. I think I'm stuck to it. That's not pleasant. Trust me when I tell you that. It's all good. All right. If we don't have anything else, we're going to call it a day. We hope that you've had a great week. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, for hanging out, as always. Means a lot to me. We should be back here next Friday. I don't foresee any issues coming up. Keith, I love you, Keith. Keith's the man. Any interest in the Violent Night movie? Yes, and some more yes. Are you kidding me? David Harbour's the man, dude. I love that guy. This movie's going to be freaking great. I can't wait. I saw the trailer for Indiana Jones 5. Wasn't on board. I think I'm on board now. Plus Short Round's coming back. I'm just saying. I'm up for that. The trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're losing some cast members here, kids. We're losing some cast members. It's not going to be good. It's going to be a sad movie. Maybe sadder than Endgame. You'll find out. Nuts. Jeffrey, thank you, guys. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. All right, kids, I'm getting out of here. Thank you, as always, for watching. I appreciate your time and your attention. You guys are the best. Sheree, happy early birthday to you, my dear. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for taking time out of your Friday evening to hang out with me. I very much appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here. Thanks again, kids, for being here. Thanks for taking the time. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please be sure to come back next week. We will be back here once again, and we will do all this over again. We're out of here, kids. Have a great weekend. Have a safe and happy and healthy weekend, and we'll see you next time. All right. We're out of here. Have fun, kids.